Instead of being a representation of strength, nowadays man falls quite easily to a woman's external beauty. There is nothing wrong with admiring women. In fact, that is what a hero or what a complete man would do. But in modern times, we easily give in to her charms and give in to our lower needs such as selfish gratification. The complete man knows that a woman's beauty is to be used as inspiration. The higher principles of a complete man, his divine spirit, should be powerful enough to subdue his animalistic nature. Only a coward or a sneak would hate women, but it takes strength to admire but not desire. In return, the woman admires and respects him back. The female nature is quite intuitive and they have the ability to sense who is a good mate for her. This is in her DNA. The ideal woman does not want someone who is blinded by external beauty and has no control over his animalistic nature. This is one of the fruits of semen retention. Our willpower is empowered as we resist temptations and the way we look at women changes.
Alright, this is about to be another powerful video for real. So, there's a book called The Way of the Superior Man, and they also speak on sexual transmutation and the benefits of semen retention, what it does for the man and what kind of man retains the seed, how he's perceived, and all the effects and benefits. So I took some notes on this book. The book is called The Way of the Superior Man. I took some notes, so I just want to go through the notes so that I can make a video and condense it, because the book spoke about many different things. It spoke about the dynamics between relationships, between men and women, in relationships and in their singleness as well, and how the masculine responds to the feminine and how the feminine responds to the masculine, right? But there was a section that spoke on semen retention for the men. So that's what I'll be speaking on today. So in the introduction, a complete man retains his power and never loses it. Losing power means surrendering divine nature to animal nature. That's literally how the majority of men are living in this generation because of the over-sexualization of everything in media and just everything that's going on, right? That means most men are living in the animalistic nature, the nature that just wants to survive and just responds, right? It's a reactive nature, the same nature that wants to eat, you know what I'm saying, use the toilet, same nature that just wants to drink, right? Have fun, be entertained, and procreate. Animal instincts just doing, no thought behind the divine nature of the man. Restraining desires and retaining power asserts divine right and makes one more than a man, a god. Now you see, as you're becoming more pure, you're becoming more Christ-like, you're becoming more God-like. So in essence, if you hold your essence and you're becoming closer to God, you're becoming more like him, right? You're becoming more God-like in yourself, in nature. It's a divine nature. The same thing that's in you has the same power to create life, right? And that's literally the nature of God. So imagine if you kept that power inside you, you're becoming more than a man. That's what the book is saying here. Cool. Now, strength versus beauty. That was the next chapter. Modern men easily fall to women's external beauty, giving in to selfish gratification. A complete man uses women's beauty as inspiration for higher principles. Now, because women are more than just the way they look, right? Now, things like the ism, there's more than a girl than just the way she looks, right? In terms of you just falling victim to your passion, falling victim to your fleshly desires, right? There's more to life, there's more to women than that. They have so many benefits, but as men, if you only see them as sex objects, then you're not going to see the value in them, right? And you're only going to treat them as such. But if you can see the value in her beauty, right, then you'll be able to use that beauty, or you'll be able to take inspiration from that beauty, and whatever else that is within her, you'll be able to value that, and it could benefit you as well, right? Cool. A complete man's divine spirit subdues animalistic nature. Only a coward or sneak would hate women, but it takes strength to admire without desire. Women admire and respect men who control their animalistic nature. Now, I kind of mentioned this in one of my previous videos when I was speaking on the truth of female attraction. And I'll say this part again. Women admire and respect men who control their animalistic nature. In that video, I mentioned when you're around women, they prefer you to be someone who is full of life force. They prefer you to be a guy who's on retention. If you're a guy who's constantly watching certain videos, they're going to feel your energy, they're going to feel you, and they're going to be turned off by you, right? Like I said, women are perceptive, women are aware, they're socially aware, socially skilled from early because they have to be, right? And if they can feel your energy, they're going to be turned off by you and they're not going to want to be around you, right? But they respect the men who can control their own sexual energy, their own desires. Those are the kind of men they respect, and they can feel that on them as well. So whether you're on retention or not, they can feel it, they can look in your eyes, the way you carry yourself, the benefits, everything. They can pick up on it on a spiritual level and know whether or not they should be around you. There's some science to this, so I might make a science video as well, but I'm gonna keep it brief here. Semen retention empowers willpower and changes how men view women. And that's something happens immediately. Like, the longer you go on this journey as well, you're not thinking with downstairs, you're thinking up here now, you're thinking spiritually, you're thinking in a higher place. So you're not even viewing them as sex objects, you're seeing them for who they are. And it's crazy to even be like, whoa, like girls wouldn't even, I don't know if girls would understand how like, well, of course, hearing it sounds crazy, but like, it's so mad. It's so mad how like men just live in that lower nature, right? So girls would be like, well, that's how it should be. And yeah, that's how it should be, but that's just not how it is. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why men need to change how they operate in their own spiritual life. You know what I'm saying? Get close to God, become more like God. You know what I'm saying? Become God-like. Change everything for you. Now, the next chapter was man's divine nature. To be truly powerful, a man must practice semen retention and transmutation. Losing semen retention energy means surrendering divine nature to animal nature. This is how most men live. So I said it again. Losing semen retention energy means surrendering divine nature to animal nature, meaning you're choosing to be an animal instead of a divine being by relapsing. Cool. Restraining desires and retaining power asserts divine right and makes one more than a man, a god. Women want men full of life force who can handle their beauty. Like I said before, right? You want to be around women and you want to be someone they can respect. You want to be safe. You don't want to be like a creep around women because nobody wants that. Cool. The Bible refers to men with spiritual power as those who receive more, while those with little lose what they have, right? The Bible refers to men with spiritual power as those who receive more, while those with little lose what they have. If you're someone who has retained energy in you, you're going to be receiving more and more blessings. More and more things will come to you, right? And the blessings come the longer you retain as well. But those who have little in them, right, little spiritual power, let's say, and then lose it because it's easy to get stuck in a loop, they're going to keep going down that rabbit hole. They're going to keep going down that dark side, and they're going to lose the little they have because they don't even have enough spiritual power within them because they keep relapsing. But the ones who retain will keep getting more blessings internally as well. Internally is where it begins, and it will manifest in the external reality. To become perfect, one must control desires instead of being controlled by them. A man with no higher aim than eating, drinking, procreating loses his divine purpose and becomes a mere animal. To become a master of destiny, one must first become a master of oneself. Facts. There's a book called Self-Mastery. I think it was by Robert Greene. I might speak on that book as well. Cool. And now the next chapter, ultimate weapon. A man surrounded by temptations and resisting them develops a strong willpower. Now, it's one thing to be on retention and there's no temptation around you, but it's another thing to be on retention and there's temptation everywhere. Now, for all of us, there's the basic temptation, right? We've got our phones, we've got our computers, right? That's like basic, and that's something you need to eliminate straight away. So that shouldn't even be in your reality. If it's something you see popping up on your phone, your computer, you dead it off ASAP. Not trying to deal with that, you flee from sexual sin. Now, obviously, the next level is being around girls, right? If you could be around girls and not have the impulse or not fall victim to just wanting to bust a nut and sleep with them, right? You're actually creating a stronger willpower within yourself, right? Because you're controlling your emotions, you're controlling your energy when you're around them, and you're not falling victim to your passions, you're not falling victim to your desires, and you can actually just appreciate them for who they are. Keep it pushing, you know what I'm saying? And you could be around them as well, and it could be good vibes. More time is good vibes. If you can control your energy in the morning, and that's why I always recommend reading the Psalms, meditating 20-30 minutes, do cardio, eat clean, you're good, right? And the Psalms I recommend, Psalm 23 to 27, Psalm 91 and 103. And the reason why I say read the Psalms in the morning is because it takes care of the spirit. It's as if that book is magic. It's like when you read it, it's like the Spirit of God is just activated within you. And now that Spirit is the one taking control in your body, and you can relax in yourself, and you don't have that animalistic nature trying to take over you, and it can't, because the Spirit of God is awakened and it's the one moving. And then meditating for 20 to 30 minutes, you relax your calm, you relax your whole body, you're calm, you relax your mind, you've released all that tension, and you're in a good space. Cool. Overcoming strong passions, especially the sexual instinct, makes a man a hero or even a god. The human soul admires beauty and becomes an idolater, while the human spirit adores principle and becomes a true worshipper. In conclusion, a complete man has control over his emotions and senses and respects women without desiring them. And that goes back to the routine that I gave of the Psalms, meditation, cardio, clean eating, all that stuff. That's how you can control your emotions, because the food you put in your body is going to affect your emotions as well. Reading the Psalms will affect your emotions because it's taking care of your spirit. Meditating will take care of your emotions because now you've relaxed your energy, you've relaxed your mind, everything is in check, is in order. So you can be around people with this emotion that has been handled with early in the morning. Right? Cool. This self-respect and respect for women leads to natural attractive power and abundance. This self-respect and respect for women lead to natural attractive power and abundance. As you're doing semen retention, you're literally practicing self-love. You're going to have respect for yourself, right? And once you have respect for yourself, that's going to manifest in the real world. People are going to see you respect yourself. They're going to respect you, vice versa, right? Women will see that. And because you respect yourself, you know how to handle yourself around girls, around women, and the vibes are going to be great. Next thing, this is the birthright of all men, and they should embrace it, right? Now, this retention thing is one of the hardest things that men are going to have to deal with in life, right? But it's your birthright, and it's something you should embrace. Now, if you're doing this journey with God, it makes it so much easier. If you're doing it on your own, you're going to struggle. But if you do it with God, it makes it so much easier. And that's why I recommend reading the Psalms, listening to gospel music, all that stuff. But you should embrace the journey. It's not a normal journey, especially because of the society we're living in. But if you can do this with God, it'll make it so much easier. And it's a birthright, meaning there's so many blessings that come with it. So many internal blessings, external blessings, and blessings that will be passed down to your kids when you're practicing retention. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even just having a thought. The fact that I'm retaining, my kids are going to be geniuses. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, could be mad like that. Like, who knows what can happen with this? Who knows what can happen with this? But you're definitely not going to be like 90% of men who are constantly relapsing and releasing their seed. You're a divine being now. You're not a man living in his animal nature. So boom, this book is The Way of the Superior Man. I took some notes. Listen to this video again. There were gems in here. but I'm gonna drop some science videos next. So I've dropped Think and Grow Rich, and I've dropped The Way of the Superior Man. I'm gonna do a science video on female attraction, so the science behind the female attraction, right? I saw my other video that when I put the thumbnail as a girl, the views went crazy, right? But that's not the reason I'm doing it. But I want to put science behind the things that I've experienced and the things that I've said, right? So it's not just my experiences and subjective anecdotal things I'm giving the people. There's science behind it. But I'll drop that in the next video. I'll give more game in the next video. Take care of yourself, take care of your energy. You're not alone. Do retention with God. Put the routine in practice. Psalm 23 to 27, Psalm 91, 103. Meditate for 20 to 30 minutes. Do some cardio. Eat clean. Let's go.